Jacksonville State University's student-run newspaper since 1934. Students who know anything about the Chanticleer know its slogan, even if they don't know what the word Chanticleer means. But what does it take to run a college newspaper? The answer lies deep within the walls of Self Hall.
What we do is assign stories to our staff members. We go out and we tell them to cover certain events or certain stories that we would like to put in the paper. They write them for us and we get them back and we edit them, lay out the pages, edit the page layouts, as well as maintain social media. So we have a very versatile staff. We have a lot more responsibilities than a lot of people.
Like most other publications, the Chanticleer follows a pretty predictable pattern. Starting each Thursday, the staff assigns stories for the upcoming week to their writers and photographers. Content selection is the beginning of the print edition's week-long process. Alright, so Mian's retirement is on Friday. That is tomorrow, yes. Okay, so... Adam Higgins is doing this.
Yeah, and then Megan has coffee solid.
Okay, so and Sherry knows that she's doing it.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do like the J-Day spring game is?
Oh, that's an thing.
Yeah. So we won't like
online.
We can cover
Yeah.
it, but
it'll go online.
Yeah.
We'll do another meeting next week. Even we'll do another planning stuff, even though we won't be having a print edition. We'll do online stuff. Once content has been assigned, the staff can take a breather before the real work gets underway.
My favorite part is working with the staff. I mean, I really have enjoyed the students I've been able to work with. Some of them have been outstanding journalists, some have gone on to really, really great careers, and actually helping people learn about the basics of journalism and getting a chance for them to go out and actually do it.
I always think that working for the Chanticleer or the college newspaper, student media in general, is a really great resume builder. Not only do you get to interview some executives in our university, but you can also build connections with them and possibly use them as maybe a recommendation in the future. But it's always really good to put something on your resume that you worked for this school newspaper, because it shows that you know how to write and that you know how to follow as well as lead.
probably all of the events that I get to learn about and go to. Like the field schools, I didn't know that they did so much stuff on campus and off campus, and that was super cool getting to go to a couple of those. All of the performances that we've done here at Stone Center.
Basically the communications and the interactions with, first off with the staff, as far as like the staff writers, I think I also like the communication and interactions with them as far as like getting to know them better, and then it goes down to like the actual sport, like the athletes and the coaches.
We are the people that spark the interest in news and in media and try to make this as a realistic experience as possible for all of the students, whether they're communications majors or whether they're photography majors or whatever their niche might be. We get to help them find out if going into journalism and going into news is something that they want to do. The TCOLA was founded in 1934 when Jacksonville State University was the Jacksonville State Teachers College, thus the origin of the publication's name, a combination of the words teacher and college. For 20 years, the TCOLA was the place to go for news. In 1954, it became the Collegiate, maintaining the same volume number, but changing its name and getting a facelift. 12 years later, the institution was upgraded to the status of university, becoming the JSU that we know today. 1 year later, in 1967, the student newspaper saw its third and final upgrade to date, becoming the Chanticleer that can be found across campus today.
My main thing is to, I guess, get involved and network with the student body, because when I was here, or before I was here, the Chanticleer was sort of isolated, where I feel like when I was here, I sort of infiltrated myself more in like meeting people like in the SGA and in Greek life and different organizations, and then they in turn sort of like respected the Chanticleer more, I guess. I feel like the biggest piece of advice I would give would be to have good relationships with other student organizations on campus.
Seeing how the university's leaders made decisions, how the administration came up with policies that affected student life, and everything from housing to tuition to how much money to give to student life to put on events and things like that.
Monday, which traditionally marks the beginning of the week, is the halfway point for the Chanticleer. Stories begin to roll in, and the editors get the chance to do what they do best: make corrections and check stories for accuracy. Depending on the story, some content goes online as soon as it is perfected. In a world with constantly evolving technology, there is an abundance of mediums that news can travel through. Like other newspapers, the Chanticleer strives to maintain a healthy balance between speed and accuracy.
People also need to know what their neighbors are doing, who their neighbors are, and there are stories behind every apartment door, every faculty office door, every classroom door. And, you're sometimes limited with the staff you have and the time you have at a place like the Chanticleer, but if I could, I'd find ways to get more of those stories in print.
This spring, the Chanticleer celebrated its 80th print edition, and what better way to celebrate such an occasion than with a party? During the last week of the 80th print edition, the staff got together with students, faculty, and alumni to reminisce about days of the Chanticleer's past.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Chanticleer's 80-year anniversary party. We're so glad that you guys were able to come, and it's a really big deal for us to be able to celebrate such an accomplishment as this. Whether you are a writer, or an editor, or an advertising manager, you made an impact on this paper, and we are so thankful for it. You made us what we are today, and we look forward to the next 80 years.
There's something that's infectious about being able to tell people something they didn't know. There's something that feels really good about teaching someone. So if I get to say, oh, hey, I'm going to watch a Grammy-nominated pianist play in Mason Hall, somebody goes, oh, that's cool, I want to come.
If you're more on the shy side, it's a really good way to come out of your shell, because you are forcing yourself to talk to people and make phone calls and associate with people in groups that you normally wouldn't. So I would say, are you yearning and have a desire to try something new?
Having an outlet to share my ideas and share my thoughts, and getting feedback from the student body about their political opinions and integrating that into my work. And really, I was able to bring a lot of state and local political information to the Chanticleer, to my columns, and it just kind of felt good to help inform on an area or subject matter that I enjoy and share that with others.
Tuesday nights, Chanticleer editors do any last-minute proofing and finalization of the stories. This is all to get ready for Wednesday, an all-day session of layouts, designs, and preparation for the printing press. Once the deadline has come and gone, the staff waits until they can carry out the last of their duties. After the staff completes the pages, they are sent to the Anniston Star. Once the pages are received, they undergo a separate process before being sent to the printing press.
Once we get the PDF files sent in, they go through an imposition software that sets these pages up, pairs them up, two up, so they come through the page process there, where we come out on a computer to plate system, and from that point it images onto a metal plate, and then it processes the metal plate and bends it and punches it, and then enables us to put that on the press to do the offset printing portion of the printing process. Our metal plates are 8 thousandths thick. They come to packs of 50, and we'll get 1,000 plates in each box. Normally in a month's time we go through roughly about 3,500 plates. The plates are hung on to the press units, corresponding, the press guys know where to put those, so they'll print in the correct positions and color. We have, it takes 4 colors to make any process color on the press. Our black ink is stored in big tanks that come in piped in through a tractor-trailer truck, like you'd get gasoline at a gas station. We have pumps that actually we hook up to that pump the ink to the press itself. They're in a nozzle. The color inks are in a nozzle form, like you'd go to the gas station and pump your fuel into your automobile. We can pump the ink into the ink vats in the press. For every configuration that we run, it has to be webbed up most of the time in a different way because it picks up colors in different configurations, and according to how many pages we're running and where the color is. And everywhere that there is water, there's a water and ink balance that runs through the printing process. They have a side lay that goes from left to right and an offset that goes back and forth. So they have to line all 4 of those plates up so it matches perfectly, and then they can speed the press up once they get that thing set.
The Chanticleer prints about 1,000 copies each week to be distributed across JSU's campus. Any wasted or extra papers are sent back to a recycling facility to be reused. When the papers are delivered on the doorstep of South Hall, the weekly cycle is almost complete. By the time the papers have been delivered across campus, the Chanticleer's website has already been updated with a digital version of the printed copy, giving readers a greater opportunity to stay informed from a variety of platforms. The staff then updates the remainder of its social media to ensure that teaser stories are completed with all of the necessary information. The staff can take a moment to admire their handiwork, but only a brief one. After delivery and social media updates, the process starts from scratch all over again. Media and journalism, no matter how big or on what format, take no breaks. What was once a weekly task for students to partake in 80 years ago has evolved into a constant race to ensure quality information is released to the student body in the fastest way possible. Only time will tell how student media at Jacksonville State University will change over the next 5, 10, or even 80 years.